tentacle chaos, fog, at the end of the hallway of plants.
And we're at the take no prisoners point.
I don't remember. There are other people in the room. There was we had a guy who's being tortured. Then there was one more.
Arguably, the guy that's being tortured, we should not kill.
All in favor?
Yeah. You guys have already shot an arrow, though, into the void. And shooting...
Right, I was doing the...
Is What's-His-Face not going
Steady
to
aim.
join on?
I mean, we could try, but I've done some of that in the past, and it's difficult to say the least, because it's...
I'm assuming there's a delay or something.
Oftentimes the phoned in party member needs a recap every time it's the start of their turn.
They never can completely follow along, and it just slows the whole thing.
Yeah.
When it's everybody else forgets that they're there, and they don't really get to participate. And,
Yeah, because there's inside jokes, or they almost want people to go back on what the inside joke is, and be like, no, that wasn't part of the game. We were just making side commentary for fun. So it gets tricky sometimes, But anyways, so let's just take a vote like we always do, shall we phone Jin in, or, shall we just say watch the recap? Well, we're looking forward to having you in person next time. I'm more of the recap next time fine. Jim sounds like a recap next time fine. What about Azalea?
I'm waiting to see what they say. No, I don't have points.
Okay, kind of on hold for that.
If we would hook him up to the TV of the same scale with a little camera, I mean, I'm for it. But if it's a tiny little
sounds like your preference is figuring out the tele option.
No, I don't want to waste.
Yeah.
This would have been in
so
the nice
you're
live period.
in the next time.
Next time division for now.
We should have a default procedure.
I will probably figure that out for the future then too, because then we could even have other guests, who don't even have to live in the same city. So
we won't forget they're there.
It's big like that, yeah.
I definitely wouldn't mind him FaceTiming in, but I feel like it's...
Yeah, we should have did this before. Let's play.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he knew that he was canceling until less than an hour before. So
no worries.
Looks like it's no-go for this time with the votes, but it's all right. Yeah.
You had a really good setup. It's some week, just everybody went remote. You can have a decent remote
Intellect.
game.
Right, if everyone's remote on the same server.
Right, yeah, I don't know, you remember Marcus, Mitchell's friend? He hosted one. It's it was solid. He set it up well and would share the map and everything.
Oh, you guys used the V?
Yeah, he was messing around with a bunch of different software options and stuff. Not quite as smooth as good, but I think it's really just the split, unless you have good tech setup.
Yeah. Well. One thing we should address too before we get started is character takeover possibilities. How do you guys want to handle that, metagame wise, before we get started? Because we are dealing with all these mind things, mind flayers, and you guys even saw that he was petting, this little brain with legs,
that thing.
Like the thing from the DnD movie. Exactly. So with that, is there anybody who does different complex possibilities, such as your character having a motive that would not usually be its own?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. You guys are more okay with that?
Yeah, definitely.
I think I also get a sense of where you guys are at that through play already. I just wanted to put that out there as
Are you okay
some
with
people
being
find it
brainwashed,
super
Mark?
frustrating to lose control of their characters.
or even possibilities of character deaths, you know, and or
Definitely. I mean,
player versus player ish, you know, stuff possibly even.
Jeez.
You know. All right. I guess I'm just laying the trigger warnings out there.
We're all pro playing.
All right. Yeah. So going into it
scared?
then.
I wanna-
it's not me, babe.
We're going into that Walking Dead territory of like I had to kill my best friend. So, yeah. You guys want to do a clap? 3, 2, 1. All right, great. How do you guys want to do this?
So I fired a shot. Wise.
Yeah, do you not have the where we were?
Do we re-roll a turn order?
This looks like it's about to happen.
From like 3 weeks ago? No. From 3 weeks ago.
I think I realized I just had
guys-
some scribbles in the margin. I was like, "What's that doing there?" And I just turned it. I'm pretty sure that was actually the initiative from last time. So that's fine.
You guys didn't want to meet for 4th of July. Next week, I was out of town. You guys did do the one-shotness, but...
I could almost read it.
And then we all erased the turn orders respectively.
It doesn't really matter, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just re-roll it.
Yeah. I was just keeping this here too, just in case you guys were retreating backwards.
Well,
You know,
we do have
but I
the
can just
NPC with us too, right?
Delete that too. You guys do have an NPC, but who's the NPC again?
I don't.
Was it Trey or the other guy?
Trey left.
Oh, Trey
So-
skipped.
Was it the other guy? And then what about the yellow blob? Did we kill that?
That was still locked behind the door. We have it.
Oh,
Consider
you guys
that.
haven't either done anything with that yet. There is still just a goblin who's just basically like,
Time to keep that ooze.
can I get a little help here? Like, trying to block that door by himself.
And the
Without-
answer is no, he cannot get away.
Without Trey helping now. You know. So you guys are this room here. We'll just write ooze right here.
I thought we finished in that room.
How do you even spell ooze?
So we
O-O-Z-E.
Z-E. It's like the ooze is trapped in that closet attached to that. It was
I don't
never
think we know that
permanently.
it's.
It was never permanently secured or released or killed.
It's
so
like
it's
Ozzy, but oh well.
It's O-O.
Ozzy the ooze. I love it.
Oh, okay. Man, good thing I'm not in a D&D spelling
Uzi
competition.
Osborne.
So yes, so you do have, instead of 2 people here, we're erasing that one, and just the one.
And he's just a wee goblin.
You just have the one person there.
That was almost my toe.
Trey already skipped town with it. You know, you guys just made this hallway lush and green.
Can Jin retconning be trailing Trey
Yeah,
to explain his absence?
yeah.
Okay.
Jin is like curious and, you know, figuring out what's going on with this Trey figure. You know, especially with Jin's like want to be like a crime lord. Who knows what Jin's going on thing is, but
He's the one that instigated this whole mess.
It always happens.
yeah, it always happens, doesn't it? The instigator comes, makes it happen, then sayonara, folks, when the going gets tough.
Speaking of mind control, I say we mind control the players to be in the front.
What would you rather do?
So your vote for Jim's disappearance is human shield. Her vote is she disappears off. Well, since he doesn't have any say in it here,
That's all right.
we will have to have him disappear off. You know, he went off supposedly following Trey. We'll find out what he does when he gets back here. But for this, we can roll for initiative if you guys want to just be in that turn order of things. It is kind of hot, so we should roll for initiative because you guys are in a contested moment right now, you know, where turns do matter. And there are NPC and villain turns kind of taking their...
So, same number. Exact same number.
I don't mind this shit.
Okay.
What's today's date? The 17th?
This is my
That's right.
special initiative dry erase board one.
16.
Perfect.
Who's next after 6?
I'll just write all of them over here and then I'll rewrite them over there.
5.
Left
So,
A little bit ahead of that. 6.
8.
okay.
Number +4 to initiative.
Oh wait,
Oh, no.
wait! I forgot about that.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Turtle 10.
Mhm.
Very alert.
That's the luck stone.
So, all right. So it looks like we have Socks at the top of the initiative. Then we have Turtle. Then we have Jim and Azalea.
Hey Jim, you know if this is the kind of thing you want to get into hand-to-hand combat with?
It sure isn't. Especially don't get into brain to tentacle combat with it. That's really bad.
So no lightning lure.
I think we've set this up to try to kite it. I think that is a good tactic, both against the orc and the mind flayer in all likelihood. So let's see how long we can keep that up for.
Yes. And the real question too is, what would your character Socks do?
What does
Yeah.
hiding?
It means like when you kind of move backwards at the same rate that they chase you, so you're like flying a kite, keeping them the
That's
same
what I
distance
thought.
away from them.
Yeah.
And basically all the plants that I threw down, that makes it like they have to spend a lot of movement to get through that. So it should take them at least like depending on what they have to get through that hallway, so we can blast them for a while and then retreat to the next room.
Yeah. So yeah. You go with that.
Oh, but they're in a line, right? I could catapult something in and get them both, maybe?
Quite possibly.
So Socks.
Oh, yeah.
Although right
Oh,
now they're
this
in that
works
dark
both.
chamber, so you might not be able to see until they
Oh,
come out.
speaking of, while Socks is doing that, I'm
Or
going to
his,
prepare
like,
the next person to
Hunger of the
move
Dark.
here.
Well, Socks is just going to do his shield catapult straight down the hall at its full distance and see if it hits anything.
Sure. I mean, there is one friendly guy down there. Yeah, 2 out of 3.
He might make a deck save, right? He is tied up, though.
Been torture last time we saw.
Okay.
Well, maybe he won't be so lucky. Is he our main
Yeah.
concern?
He's sitting down. Just send it at head height.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So Socks or catapulted his shoe into the void.
Straight down the chute.
So
At approximately
he's doing
5.5 feet on center.
Okay.
And he kind of perks his little cat ear
something.
to really try and perceive if there's any movement or...
So you end up sending it straight down the chute, just to see what it can hit. Go ahead and
I think it's a deck save that he's in its path.
because it's a spell. Or what is this?
It's catapult, and then I'm using my shield as the thing I'm catapulting because I can call the shield back.
Oh, okay.
So you're just gonna.
Yeah, fucking Captain America, my shield down the hall,
Perfect.
and see if it hits.
Yeah.
See if
Alright.
anybody happened to be unlucky enough to be standing in its way.
All right. Well, let's find out. We'll have one and the other here.
And it's a DC 15. Or, sorry, 13.
Ooh.
Modifier?
Plus 3.
Yeah, well,
It's
that's
just
just like March or something. Like
Our proficiency bonus went up a while ago, and it's
Yeah.
like easy to forget a bunch of things that X when you're updating the character sheet.
You guys end up sending the shield all the way down the hall. And when you guys do send the shield down the hall, you guys end up hearing a grunt. Ugh. So it looks like you did hit something.
Nice.
The fucking ogre on the ground.
Sounded like an orc grunt to me. Like an orc.
Did I hit 1, 2, or 3?
Was it a bad?
Seems like you only hit one here.
Fucker. That is 16 plus 5.
What's on the
Just the 3d8. So 16.
16. Did you say you did 16
3d8.
in one hit?
It's a spell,
Oh wow.
not a normal attack.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That might have been the guy, the guy on the table.
Well, no, I said like 6 feet high. If he's on the table, he's definitely lying below the kill height. And it's not a regular toss of it, it's a very straight projectile.
Do any of you guys speak? No, none of you guys understand what it is, but you hear an orcish scream that's just like sounds really angry, and you hear it kind of trailing off towards like this direction. It seems like it has like
Into the tentacle horde?
I mean, it's already in the tentacle horde
Yeah,
from before.
and I think that room is basically full of plants as well.
And the tentacle, if I'm correct with how much damage the tentacles do, because they...
It's at the beginning of a creature's turn and the end of a creature's turn. And it has to roll.
Both at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, beginning and
It's
end.
2 different small sources of damage that trigger at different times. It's like one of the most complicated
Yeah,
spells. I don't know why they do it like that.
I think they're both deck saves, though.
How much is the damage at the end of the turn? I already have the beginning tracked here.
2. So a deck save at the end, and it's 2d6 acid damage.
Okay. So,
Do you want us to roll 2d6?
you don't even have to.
He's
And the beginning, the 2d6 code just happens. There's no save.
Wait, was the orc guy the one we were trying not to hit?
You guys,
I think there was an orc that was a bad guy.
between the damage that was done with the tentacles before and his hit, and the damage that it's taking now after, the orc is just simply screaming and dying. There's nothing but death in the tentacles. There's nothing but death in the tentacles. With like the other regular person just yelling, "It burns! God, it hurts so much!"
It says the void is filled with the cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises.
That would drive me insane.
Shh, go to sleep.
Oh gosh. Well, that makes one of the turns irrelevant, I guess. Turtle, your turn.
Clap some pain on
They
that.
can't see me, can they?
I don't know what they is, but there's just
The
tentacles that you see down a hallway of vinage.
Yeah, it's like a black void,
Right.
and you can't see.
We're
anything.
basically shooting into a sphere of blackness.
Yeah.
You could also hold your reaction to shoot at whatever leaves the sphere of blackness. Comes towards us.
Yeah, I'd like to use poison spray and then sneak attack.
Sure. And you're just shooting into the darkness.
Yeah, I think it has a really far range.
Poison spray is not very far.
10 feet. Maybe I want firebolt then.
Firebolt would work.
100 feet of firebolt, and I sneak attack with my crossbow in the illumination of the fire to see the silhouettes or to get a figure.
Mm-hmm. And because it's a spell that targets, use your spell attack.
Yeah, and again, yours probably also went up to.
So does that mount to the 20 or is that to the damage?
So this is if they have to make a saving throw. This number also goes up by 1 for your spell attack. So you add this number to, so that's now a 6, and maybe put like a plus next to it.
Unless it's their saving throw, then the DC that they have to make is that number then, like the
I think
14.
you just roll one.
Because sometimes things just home in
and your
and
D20?
they have to make the save, but sometimes you got to
It gets bumped up at level 5.
So 8
Plus.
and no.
It is.
Oh, that's 2.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's probably not gonna hit.
but it's 13 damage at 6 with fireball. At the very least, I get an
Yes.
illuminating.
And you get your crossbow shot in there.
Which is a sneak.
in the illumination that you illuminate it with.
Oh no, it's magical darkness.
Okay.
Oh, really? The fire
Yeah.
doesn't illuminate
No.
anything? It's just firebolt?
Just get sucked into a black hole.
What?
He basically made a singularity. It's not just like kind of dark.
Yeah, I realized after I did, I was like, "Oh, this was not smart." But it also can't see us, so you know.
Wow. This is gonna be very.
Wait, did you
interesting.
cast some kind of like dark sight? No, that's your misty
It's
step.
dark vision doesn't even go
Yeah,
into
you
it.
would need devil sight to see it.
All right, so I'm going to use my
So
stealthy turtle
just
luck.
aim for the center.
I would say just hold your action until they come out. Right now, you're shooting blind. It's very unlikely to hit.
And you would waste your spell slot.
If you just wait till the guy walks out of the singularity, then you get a normal.
And then we can start kiting him. Just shoot him with your.
Fine, I'd like to set up steady aim for my next.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
And then does
All
that
right.
work?
Yes, you can use some of your more other senses to kind of listen and to hear the echolocation of where things are, and really focus your steady aim, like drawing on that super sort of hunter ranger power of that feat of that to
Like, close your eyes.
better
Just
sort of
listen
know
for the
where
steps.
things are in that space. So then your next shot can not just be into the darkness, but almost like taking an actual shot. Still sort of blind, but not maybe with quite as much disadvantage.
Or do you want me to take that shot now?
You've already done your major action
Yeah.
this round, and you're just doing your steady aim
Yes.
for the next, right?
Yes.
I think that goes on to the next one then. The next one ends up going, and because we still have, you guys are just hearing like, no, 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 and then that's it.
Mind flayers flaying mind.
Jim, what do you want to do?
Whoa, that was dark.
We still haven't really properly gotten the card out of the bag, right? It's still
Oh, yeah.
kind of in there to be diffused. Yeah. Okay.
You're familiar. It has the 2 games.
Do you have to be touching the card, or does that you just be able to hear your words?
it has to be like a spell that I use to cast the spell. That's fine. I will cast Sacred Flame on the Mind Flayer. So give me a Dex DC 15.
Okay. Makes a save.